Hi, I'm Jordan Brune, your narrator and a senior clinical veterinarian at the Department of Comparative Medicine. I'm a former UW resident and lifelong Seattleite, and this year with the COVID situation, I also find that I'm an aspiring YouTuber, hoping to provide applicants with an inside look as to what it's like to work at UW and live in Seattle during residency. I'll be talking to a couple of our faculty veterinarians who are also former UW residents, Dr. Thea Brab, our chair and program director, and Dr. Nicholas Reyes, co-director of facilities and operations and the anesthesia rotation lead. Big shout out and thank you to the current residents who provided a lot of the content for this video to give you an inside look as to what it's like to live and work with us.
So, what's unique about the University of Washington's residency program? That's the question that we get asked most often by resident candidates. And I would say the most unique thing is we're a very large public institution. For NIH dollars, we usually are in the top 1 or 2 of public institutions in the nation. So we have a lot of different kinds of research, every kind that you could imagine. And so that gives us a lot of diversity as far as training, and diversity of species, diversity of projects, all those things.
In addition to being very large, we are also spread out. Across the city of Seattle, there are 3 separate campuses where residents get involved in providing clinical, pathology, and anesthesia services. The 2 stars in purple are the 2 campuses where residents typically work on their research projects. A shuttle runs between all 3 campuses so that you can get around in any given day to wherever you're needed. The Magnuson Health Sciences Center is where you'll spend a lot of time as a resident on main campus. This building is truly massive and is where our department offices are housed. The hallway I'm in actually extends all the way from the medical center down to where our department is and is over a quarter of a mile long. So you definitely get your steps in during this residency. It's also great because many of the investigators are working in the clinic and then are literally connected through this building to the lab spaces where they do research. This building is actually 3rd largest in the country after the Pentagon for the most continuous indoor square footage. Just some fun UW trivia for you. Okay, I finally made it. This is our departmental offices. This is the conference room where we have class and lectures, as well as departmental seminars and some meetings that you'll attend as a resident. All of these offices belong to the senior veterinarians. They do have windows, which is unique for lab animal medicine offices. And down here is the training room with the multi-headed scope where we have pathology conference. Prior to COVID, this office was very busy. Everyone's very collaborative and you can knock on any door and get a quick consult on an issue you might be having that's in someone else's area of expertise. Nowadays, it's looking pretty empty and we all just have to communicate via text and cell. Although coming up on the left is Thea's office and it looks like she might be in. Alright, I had to make a quick getaway there before Thea asked me why I'm walking around with a video camera instead of working on my research. I'm back outside now. Right across from me is the Health Sciences building, which is where I just was. Up here on the right is the brand new Life Sciences building. The area immediately to the left of me is the Burt Gilman biking trail. This is a trail that runs throughout Seattle and up around the north end of Lake Washington. A lot of faculty and residents commute to work via bike on this path. On the south side of the Magnuson Health Sciences building is Portage Bay, and we've had a number of residents who have lived in houseboats and commuted to work via kayak or paddleboard. This is Jessica Felgenhauer, a former resident, and Junko, a current vet tech with the department. It looks like they're kayaking away from campus to go grab Jessica's dog Lily for happy hour. Upper Campus has a lot to offer too, including the famous Suzzallo Allen Library and a view of Mount Rainier over Drumheller Fountain. Seattle itself is also really fun to explore, and Nick is going to tell us a little bit more about that now.
So I came to Seattle as a resident myself. I visited as a veterinary student and started my residency in 2011, straight out of my DVM program. And I came here because I really like the area. I think most people will talk about the rain and the kind of dreariness of it, but I really like the outdoors, and the rain makes everything super lush. It's super beautiful, and during the 3 months of summer, it's unbelievable. I'm a paddleboarder, and I really enjoy getting out and doing that. A lot of our team members are hikers and skiers, and so the outdoors are really accessible here. And also that there's a pretty interesting, food and art scene here that I think, is reflective of a really interesting population of people, young population of people. So I think there's a lot of things that are really attractive about Seattle, and I think when people get out here, they tend to realize that.
Seattle's a great city to get out in. You really don't need to leave it in order to get a break from work. The views are incredible from the Ferris wheel, and the Space Needle is just a 5-minute walk from our South Lake Union campus. On a clear, sunny day, the views are really unparalleled, but often it's really overcast. The Puget Sound is right there off of downtown, and you can see wildlife all year round in the water. This is the view from the 5th floor of the South Lake Union campus, and one of my favorite places to come eat lunch and take a break. Seattle is a super friendly dog city. You can take your dog to the breweries, and there's plenty of parks to take them walking in. There's also a lot of hiking trails in the city. This is a hiking path near my house that connects to miles of trails that my dogs get to explore regularly. There's beaches, and of course, we can't forget our feline pets who make it out and around town as well.
So I think another beneficial part of this program is that we have such a large faculty base. I think that's really important when it comes to senior veterinarians, because the trainees get to work with people with all different types of styles and specialties, and they tend to be able to develop their own style of how they manage cases. And I think that's really I just think it's a benefit, and it's also only possible in a place where you have a lot of veterinarians in the same spot. So
I'll add that we have a lot of fun when we're together too, and that includes Nick and Thea. So thank you very much for applying to our program. We all wish you the best of luck in the match.